as a Southeast Asian, plain white rice is the goat. I think like only Japan uses short grain. West Asia heavily uses their long grain. Medium is premium. Yeah.
I actually prefer noodles over rice.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Refresh Step, where you recover yourself for the main step. I'm your host for today, tomorrow, and the foreseeable future, Theodore Lu. And I'm with Otis Battler in the UK and admin of the Battle Spirits English Wiki, Ayumu Seiki.
Hello.
Yeah, Ayumu. So today, I needed to procure some stuff for the apartment because, you know, it's about to, like, summer is coming, so like we do have some pests that need to be controlled. And yeah,
Like you.
true. That's why I'm leaving for Munich tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. No. It's not because I'm a pest. It's because tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Like the day after, it's going to be Summer's Legacy in stores in Munich for me. Although it was supposed to be like, yeah, it's supposed to be closer to you, but like unfortunately the one store that is like close to me, like they applied for it, they didn't get accepted, so I have to, well, basically also return the favor because like the other German guys basically lives in other states, right? Like they went all the way when the event is like closer to me, like they always went all the way to come to North Rhine-Westphalia. So now I guess just time to return the favor a little bit. Also, I have never been to Munich, never been to Bavaria in general. I heard it is the state with the least color in Germany, to put it lightly. But yeah, it's basically German. It's a time capsule kind of like of a different time in Germany. Yeah, we will see. In next episode, I am spending like an extra day in Munich because you know, like the tournament is on a Sunday and my off day
It's on a Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, thankfully it's on a Sunday, and then my off day is on Monday anyway. So I thought like, yeah, might as well like take like the train back in the evening. I'll just went through the city like during the day.
Yeah, but will you be in time for your work on Tuesday then?
We will make it. Now I will be reaching like this work like at around almost midnight, I guess. Yeah, should be manageable.
Oh my god, can you even work like that?
Well, I mean, sometimes I do have like shifts that are like basically, I went home, it's midnight, and then like, yep, the next day I have a morning shift. So yeah, I guess it is not fun, but it's doable.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes in life, some stuff are just not fun, but you just have to do it. Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, like that's what the schedule that I am assigned with, so I just have to live through it. And thankfully well, I don't know if it's a thankful thing. But I think like starting, like some people are, I think like lots of people are already taking their early spring break because like if you wait, then you will have to fight with people who have family because it will coincide with their children's spring break. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, basically if you are single, then you need to take your leave now while nobody's going out.
Well, at the very least, it's family, not people who try to hold a freaking ass wedding and dump all the beer bottles on the floor and everything.
Oh, I know.
Oh my god, no, it wasn't even wedding. Like, well, they were like, I'm not even gonna say which race of people, but like, they were like, what were they doing again? It was the celebration of a baby turning 1 year old.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes.
It was so dumb. It's like, why? Like, no, they're basically just finding excuses to like
To drink.
to like to drink. Yeah, to like whole party to drink. Yeah, literally. It's like, oh my god, man.
I know, right? Like even even Christmas was originally like the day where people just drink during the winter. People just drink and have merry. It was a pagan kind of like a holiday, like a pagan festival. And then when Christianity took over,
Bacon festival.
yeah, it's a pagan one. A pagan. It's as in it's like the old religion.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. I was like bacon.
And yeah, it's like it is what replaces Christianity right now. But anyway, pagan is stronger. Pagan is turns out
Yeah,
pagan
okay,
is stronger than
bacon. Yeah,
Jesus. But
I forgot that's a word. Yes.
yeah, basically like paganism has this holiday called, I think like it was Saturnalia, so it was supposed to celebrate Saturn. So yeah, it's Roman, right? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's
Saturday.
No, Saturn. So Saturn is
Yeah.
who is the Roman counterpart of, no, it's Zeus is Uranus.
Pluto. Saturn is Pluto.
Okay, is it?
Yeah.
In Greek mythology. Saturn was the Roman version of the Greek figure Kronos. I see.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wait, who was Pluto then? Oh, freaking hell.
Pluto.
No, wait. Why am I saying Pluto's Hades? So
Yeah.
fucking dumb. No.
I know, right? It's fine. I mean, like, at most we are going to learn like one of the two mythology, and then like the other one will probably be kind of like an afterthought. But then again, also I didn't learn this in history class. I learned this in English class.
I mean, that's pretty normal. No one actually learned this in history class. Let's be honest.
True. Yeah, I feel like well, true. I even like randomly learn about Greek mythology because like my English teacher, like it was because like we have an English class that is like dedicated just for speaking. So basically, just as a topic to talk about, like my American teacher just brought up, like, well, he didn't brought up, but like basically the syllabus is to talk about like Greek mythology. Also, we were a Christian school, so we're a Protestant school to be exact. Because like also in Indonesia, the word Christianity, like the word Christian, is kind of like synonymous with the Protestants. Although, if you want to be anal about it, like Christian is supposed to be like the generic term, so for both Protestant and Catholic and all of the other churches.
Yeah.
But in Indonesia specifically, we just say Catholic as Catholic, and then for Protestant, at first we like officially we basically we refer to them as like the Protestant Christian. So, but like in Indonesian, like the Christian is in the front, so it's Kristen Protestant. So in the end, like people, I think it's the common thing about like the corruption of like, yep, it's too long. Let's just make it shorter, right? Like, so we just take like the first word, which is Kristen, and then basically the word Kristen in Indonesia will normally refer to just like the Protestants. Except if you're talking about that in church, then it can be a little bit different. But like in daily conversations, when someone say they are Christian, that means officially speaking, they are part of like of a Protestant church, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, basically because we were a Protestant school, my teacher was like, "Yep, so I mean like Greek mythology is still part of like another culture, so we are here kind of like not only to kind of like see culture that is, especially it is out of Asia, right? So it's not something that we are familiar with. So like learn about new culture, but also since like religion, I think like in the end is just a way for us to kind of like understand the nature around us. Like so basically by like understanding how other people see nature through their religion, you can kind of also like get a better understanding on how basically get a better understanding of your religion, or at least that's what he, or that's at least what he said, because of course we did not get into like the in-depth of paganism. We just basically, yeah, so there's this god, he did this. I mean, like we are there to basically like learn about pronouncing English words, not really Greek. So like we don't think like getting too deep into anything will basically like bring up more Greek words that is basically like not the focus of the class itself. So I guess I guess then he will need to discuss more things that is going to involve a lot more English, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically just the tales, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, makes sense. Yeah.
And you can see.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. We also learned. I was also learning these stuff in a Christian school.
Yeah.
But like but yeah, we were learning it as like part of like kind of like Greek and Roman history. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we're also a bit different because like we're following a curriculum that's like nationwide, so it doesn't really matter which religion you're in, as in like in terms of school. Yeah, it's just this is just like what you learn if you like choose that subject kind of thing. But I suppose being in the UK is still mainly Protestant anyway. Yeah, Protestant, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like
So yeah, it's we're kind of in a similar situation anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, because like, do you know the fun thing?
What?
So basically, in the UK specifically, there's a church that is pretty big called the Anglican Church.
The what church?
Anglican. So let's
Anglican.
see. Yeah, Anglican.
Okay.
So, well, technically, based on Google AI, Anglicans are part of the larger Protestant Christian population.
Okay.
So I guess that doesn't matter. But basically, the fun part is, like at that time, I think like, well, like there was a time where the Catholics, like the Catholic Church, is basically really involved in politics. So basically, also the king has to kind of like display that he's a good Christian so that he can have like a good social standing, right?
Yeah.
But like, of course, like this particular king, I forgot who. I just remember the story. Didn't remember the details. But like, basically, he wants to divorce his wife.
Oh, it was Henry VIII, I think.
Probably, yeah, one of the Henrys.
Yeah, it was one of the Henrys. Yeah, I don't think it's a George. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's a Henry. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, but of course he's Catholic, so he cannot do that because in Catholic you are not supposed to divorce your wife.
Yeah.
So basically, normally speaking, like in Catholic, they will do some kind of counseling first. Then if you really cannot fix everything, then I guess like you just do it by the law of the nation, not really by the church. But yeah, anyway, I don't really know the detail. I'm not even married, so I don't even know what is the regulation about that. But basically, he wants to divorce his wife. He asked the Pope. Of course, the Pope said no. So he was like, fine, then I'll just make my own church.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, so basically he made his own church. He became the spiritual leader for the church. Then he just agreed that, yep, in this branch of Christianity, divorcing is okay, so I'm divorcing my wife. Yep. What a chat.
Yeah, I remember that. It's so funny.
Peace.
Imagine the amount of effort you would do just to get away from your wife.
Your ex-wife. Oh my god!
I'm gonna make a whole ass religion just so I can divorce my wife.
Yo.
Because I can do that.
Exactly.
Oh god, it's so funny.
No, because like I think it's also harder to leave the Catholic Church. Like you have to do like some stuff to basically if I wanted to quote unquote like leave the Catholic Church and not take like any other religion, then basically have to have a written letter from Vatican saying that, yep, you are now banished from the Catholic Church. You may not be involved with the church any longer. You are not part of the church, basically. So yeah. As I understood, that's what I needed to do. So I needed to be what they said. So the term is excommunicated.
Excommunicated.
Yeah,
Okay, interesting word.
Yeah, which means basically which means I will be part from like in being involved like in the Catholic Church and any longer. So I suppose that's why he kind of like also made his own church. Also political stability, of course, because most of his people are still Christian in the end. So like if he like just I will just denounce the Catholic, like the church, like the Roman Church, then it will not look good in his social standing, right?
Yeah, no, makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, now probably. Now probably it's not much of a problem, but like back then definitely. Is practically just asking for people to riot.
So pretty smart of him to do that, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, and then
I mean, to be fair, during that time, he was probably like also actually religious as well.
Oh yeah.
But like obviously, like he's just gonna do something else to get what he wants.
Yeah, I wonder. Like now that you mentioned it, like if he's so petty, if he's probably doing that because like if he's so petty, but like he just didn't want to break like the church rules. Like he could have just, like I mean, like speaking with medieval mindset, he could have just sabotaged the Pope and then like install the Pope that agrees more with him, right? I mean, like back then, like European countries basically like are racing to be like the Roman capital, right? Like the Holy Roman capital, basically.
Yeah.
And in the end, Italy got them, so yeah, props to Italy, I guess. But yeah, so India basically like when also like returning to like Saturnalia. Like Saturnalia is basically like a festival in the winter, in which like the pagan people, like, well, probably not just pagan people, but like Europeans will just gather around the fire and like celebrate by like drinking, drinking and having merry, and then like of course Christianity took over the Roman Empire, and then like yep, no more like doing this to praise like the pagan gods. Like now you may still drink and have merry, but like you have to celebrate Jesus while you're doing that. and that is how we got the Christmas in the winter, in the dead of winter in December, basically. Yeah, it is not by some historical like okay, so it's not based on like historical records on like when Jesus is actually born. So the 25th of December is actually like the day we celebrate the birth, not really the birth date of Jesus. Yeah. I still remember because like I still remember this vividly because like do you know Adam ruins everything? So
What?
Adam ruins everything. So Adam ruins everything.
Why?
Yeah, so it's a comedy show.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a comedy show on like some, I think like it's an American cable TV. Like they uploaded the episodes to YouTube anyway, so can just send you later. Like back then, back then was different, of course. But like, so basically, it's just your normal comedy show. It's full of skits, full of biases. But like, basically, he in that episode, he was talking about like Christmas, and for some reason, like the visuals that they used to kind of like, how to say, like retell this story of like Saturnalia being converted into Christmas. Is they use the style of like the Peanuts cartoon, so like Snoopy and Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's etched to my brain now. Like the Pope, like the child Pope was like just bringing like a cardboard sign that says Christmas basically, and then he just covered like pop, and then there's like basically pop covered like the cardboard sign for Saturnalia, and then like yep, no more celebrating Saturnalia. It's Jesus Day now.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's basically why I kind of like why it lives rent free in my head. I rest my case. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So if that is not turns out that was not accurate, then yeah, that's probably because I get most of my knowledge from comedy shows, the prime source for like information.
Prime source of information comedy show.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's not a very reliable source, is it?
Exactly. Oh no! I just spotted like 12 minutes of misinformation. But
You're gonna get banished.
no. Well, to be fair, I mean, like some of them now. Well, I don't know if who started this trend, but basically when they do like this kind of like quote unquote informative skits, they also kind of like when something is like not commonly known, they will kind of like just put where did they cut the thing from. So like basically, if you want to confirm it, then yeah, just go there, and then like basically then if it is not true, then that part is not true. So yeah. Unfortunately, in this podcast, you don't have such things. So if you think like, yeah, so this is bullshit, just check out the real episode, and then you can just check out the actual episode, and then you can confirm it yourself, I guess. Yeah, they're throwing the responsibility. I'm a proper adult, as you can see. Yeah, it's a fun little story that went into tangents on how like Greek mythology is introduced to Asia, I guess. Oh
my god, talking about religion and everything, and like also broadcast as well. Like funny you brought that up. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. I was watching like these random videos and about North Korea because while I had not.
Okay.
I mean, it was on my recommendation feed. Okay. And then apparently it was really funny. Like there was this Canadian guy who was like setting up his own kind of like satellite signals to like to connect to his TV because like I think he wanted to watch something specific.
Okay.
That's why I did that. And then he accidentally connected to the North Korea TV station instead.
Okay.
That was like a few years ago, and then I think he actually stayed connected to it, and then like he actually records everything and put it onto YouTube.
Okay.
And then they actually recorded like the 2025 and New Year celebration and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the way you look at it, like if you don't see that it's saying 2025, you would have thought that it's from like 1990s or something like that. But yeah, like they were just like doing the usual thing of like, you know, dancing, fireworks. The fireworks actually pretty impressive, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the best thing is that obviously it's they were like they sing songs and everything like that, but like all the songs are about praising Kim Jong Un.
Okay.
Cause apparently I was watching another video and like they literally so basically you can imagine it's like the Bible, but like it's all about the Kim family. And so basically Kim Jong Un's grandfather, I can't remember his name, is supposedly the god, and then the rest of his offsprings are regarded as like the son of gods, basically. And so like these people, like the citizens, like have always been living thinking that their president is their god. And so like that's why they love him that much. Kinda.
Yeah.
It's just quite funny to think about. And then like obviously not just the New Year, but like the Canadian guy also like recorded like kind of like the daily, like what the TV shows on like a daily basis. So like it begins at like I think it's like 9 a.m. or something around that time. And then like, and you know like how usually, you know, television starts with like morning news kind of thing, you know. They're different. They start with singing praises to Kim Jong Un.
Okay.
Singing about how amazing he is, and then like kind of like shows kind of you know the amazing things that he has done, you know, for like the people of North Korea, kind of thing, and then yeah, what is it? Yeah, and then you got the usual morning news, which is basically about how good North Korea is, and then how much they improve. You know, they noticed like because obviously the same guy put everything on YouTube, so like the viewers noticed that they never report anything negative. It's always something positive. It's always something about, you know, how good the country has become. You know, kind of like what are the things they've achieved. You know, it's like this is pretty funny to be fair.
I see.
Yeah, and they actually have their own TV shows as well, as in like you know, like TV drama and everything like that. Yeah, they actually have that.
Damn.
And they're actually pretty decent according to people.
Technically, they're still Korean, so well, not to disown the South Koreans, of course. I used to have a South Korean boss, and I'm still really good friends with him. So don't at me. Oh my goodness, but yeah. It is a really wild west. It kind of reminds me like the first time like I got connected to the internet, and then I started realizing like, oh, other country existed.
That's a very wild realization.
You know, right? Because like before that, I was like, yep, my mom just brought me to this place called Hong Kong. I was like, oh, people here don't speak Indonesian. That's weird, but they look like me. Well,
I wonder we're still in Indonesia.
I know, right? Like like every single person looks like me. Oh, I'm just kidding. I think like when I went there, it was when I was like in the fourth or fifth grade. Like pretty much I already know like what the concept of race is. Like I haven't told you that because like previously we have like the house help, like the domestic helpers, and then like one of them basically want to work in another household, and then like my mom was like before she left she basically just had a heart to heart with her, like basically, yeah, thank you for your service, blah blah, and then in like to close it, like she just said like, yeah, I mean like because you're moving to another Chinese household, do always be careful, like Chinese people are evil. Yep, mom, yep. Can confirm. After being a Chinese for 30 years, I can confirm. My goodness. Yeah, but that's the then what else? And I mean like they basically also like give me some heads up, kind of like, yep, in China like the pace of life is like way faster, so like don't always concentrate, don't just stand around because like people wouldn't care when they hit you and then like just trample over you, they wouldn't care, so like keep your eyes open, don't stop walking if you already know.
That is very realistic.
Exactly, especially because we did go to Shenzhen as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so basic. And I remember like at that time I was a really picky eater, so I only want like the one of the two things that can calm it. Like basically when I eat noodle, I will really heavily like favor like the soup noodle basically, which is basically just Indomie. Indomie with soup, which now if you ask like any other Indonesians, they will say like, yeah, like if you want Indomie like the dry one, like the stir fry one, like the mee goreng is like the best. Like the other one, like the soapy ones are like a little bit weak, so like just go for like the stir fry ones. Well, I wanted to say like no. I wanted to say like no, go for like the soupy ones, but like I do realize how much bias I have like towards like the soupy ones. So I really like the curry, like the curry flavor. Oh my god, that's bomb. And then like there was this one time because like back then we used to like travel to Jakarta with car a lot, and then like there was this one like trade route basically. So of course, because it is technically still a trade route, of course you have to share the road with like lots of trucks, right? So like even like especially as a kid, like you have to stay like stationary, like on the back seat for like 5, 7, 10, 12 hours. Like it is really mentally taxing. It is of course not as it is of course way more mentally taxing for my dad who is driving, but like just speaking from my own experience as the passenger, it's already horrible. So like like that one day I was like asleep and then I was like, oh fuck, I can't handle this anymore. But like we stopped by like 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 those road, like basically like in the highway, how do you say, like the rest stop, like the rest area,
or like the gas station kind of thing.
Yeah, it's more, I think it's less of it's like those kind of like in like long range highways where they have like a whole area where you have like the gas station and restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
So basically this rest area is not done yet. So they just have this like one single tent that basically just serves you like the really rudimentary food, like basically instant noodles and drinks, that like instant drinks, basically just to get you by. And then like I don't know what the guy is doing back there, like, but like, oh, I got that. There's this one particular flavor of the soup indomie, which is called like the special chicken flavor. Like by all rights, it should be like the weakest flavor because it's like literally you open the package, you only get like the noodle and then one pack of the oil, like the garlic oil, and then also like the pair of the normal seasoning and also the chili powder. Like compared to like all other flavor that is supposed to be like one of their weakest. My God, that particular day after you are like stuck all day, you cannot really play your Game Boy because back then when you ran out of battery, there's zero ways to recharge that. And then like I just had that Indomie with egg, and then it's like, man, this is like the best thing ever. and then ever since then, like the curry went from like my number one spot to my second spot because like that was as like legit like the best flavor of Indomie to me.
I never liked curry soup that much. Like if it's like instant noodles with like kind of like, you know, like kind of like the powder as like the flavor, nah, you never get curry for that one. Curry is only good when it's like kind of like gooey and like thick, you know, like that's the kind of curry soup that I would like. Yeah. The first time I had curry soup was actually curry udon.
Oh yeah, slightly.
Yeah.
Very, very slightly.
What do you mean very, very slightly?
I mean, like it's technically still just like the consistency of normal Japanese curry, just thin out a little bit.
Basically, yeah. Which is what I like.
Nice. Yeah, because like I think like my whole life, because like lots of home cooked Indonesian meal, I kind of rely on making plain white rice edible, basically. And in which you in the end like just ended up just the rice is like the best part, and like flavoring it. Like sometimes I do partake in like the more like West Asian way of like eating rice, which is like seasoning them to death, and sometimes it does it's the spot, but like in the end, like for me as a Southeast Asian, plain white rice is the goat still. And I think it's probably for you as well, right? Just it's just I think like even in China it's still mainly like the Thai jasmine medium grain rice, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think like only Japan uses short grain, and then like West Asia heavily uses like the long grain rice.
Yes, yeah.
I think like in Southeast Asia, basically like except for Japan, just like the medium grain is like the pick. Medium is premium.
Exactly. I actually prefer noodles over rice most of the time. Yeah.
So
and I actually do not like pasta, not that much anyway.
So that was also me when I was smaller. So like, and also I don't really like the more saucy noodles. So I was like, yeah, mom, I just wanted like the soup noodle. But of course, like this particular Chinese restaurant, like it is not really like especially I think that one is like more kind of like a touristy spot. Like they don't really have like a dish that has like a broth with like noodle. So like I think the compromise that they do is basically they just we have like the noodle for like more saucy dish, but like we don't really have like any broth to go with it, so they just toss the noodle in hot water. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? It's like it has zero seasoning, so I just try to put on salt, but like it's doing nothing because like then you realize like how much salt is in like instant noodle. That's like that's like you will just like empty the bottle and it will still not feel like it will not taste salty. Also Also, that's also why MSG is good for. My goodness, dude, yeah. MSG is only good. MSG is in the end just another form of salt that make the taste that is already there stronger. So like basically, it is only healthy if it reduces the amount of overall salt that you use. So if you use normal amount of salt plus MSG, it is not healthy. But if you reduce the amount of salt you use and then you replace it with a slight amount of MSG to kind of like make what is already there stronger, then basically that is healthier by the virtue of you consuming less salt overall. Yeah. Yeah, so we didn't have that information back then, so
Oh god.
we don't really keep like the normal MSG at home. Like most of my mom's dish either don't have added MSG or she just uses pre-made stuff that already has MSG inside basically. Yeah. In which and then basically so basically returning to that restaurant, I Indian, it was like boiling hot noodle in boiling hot water, so I was like, fuck, I can't eat this either. So like I was that picky back then.
Yeah, so my mom tried to make me eat noodles without MSG most of the time actually. I mean, obviously, she's not the kind of like, oh, MSG is bad and just like throw away the packet or anything like that. No. But like, there's a kind of like noodles in general, which is like the, how do I call it? Like the dough, like the flour that's used to make noodles, actually mixed in with shrimp eggs. Yeah. And with that, like I think also like often they I think they really add some salt when they're like kind of mixing like the dough and like the shrimp eggs. And then like we literally just call it the shrimp egg noodles. And like they already have some flavor in it. So like my mom usually make those kinds for me. And which is like just like, you know, same thing, like soak in water. And then but then like it still has a little bit of flavor. And at the end, I just want to be full before I go to sleep. It's not like I actually need that much flavor or anything like that. So that's what my mom did.
That's the middle ground.
Yeah.
Speaking of noodles, now that we're in the topic of noodles, but I don't know. I feel like I can eat like just rice noodle. Like normally in Indonesia, the noodle that we use, the most common noodle that we use is egg noodle. Like the one that has like chicken egg inside, basically.
Oh
Chinese
my
pasta.
god! I hate egg noodles. Freaking hell!
Yeah, that's our default. I went like I even like make trips to like other supermarkets that has noodles that is more into that direction, because like the supermarket that is closest to my house, they say they imported the noodle from China and it's like 100% wheat flour. It's like this is not sticking to anything. It's I mean like it's edible, but like it's not sticking to anything. So it's like
Yeah.
Yeah. So cause like I think like the concept of like just eating like plain white flour noodle wasn't as common, because like I think when I went to Singapore for the Corvette Vanguard team tournament, so the team championship, I went there with Chino because it's part of my team, and he was like he excitedly like bought like a dish from the hawker center, like basically the food court. Basically, so it is called the pan mian, which I think like what is the thing is like the thing that is most curious about is that the noodle is made solely of flour, which is why it's pan mian, right? Yeah. Yeah, so
I think so.
I guess so.
Actually don't know how to spell it. No.
Yeah, it's a pun. Yeah, I think it's a pun. Man. Yeah, not sure which pun is it. If I find the thing again in Singapore, I will let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I went to Singapore, the first thing that I went to is always like the barbecue station because they have like because like in Indonesia we don't have that much pork, so like whenever we see pork, it's like, ooh, it's Christmas. and also and also like in Singapore, right? Because the pork is like something that is commonly eaten, so like the price is like normal. I will like normal, and usually it will be on par with chicken anyway. But like if you go to Indonesia, like if you pay like the same level of dish that uses chicken, and then you pay for like the same, like let's say it's a what is a banh mi? It's a banh mi is kind of like basically noodle with oil. I don't know how to sell this dish in English, but yeah, basically it's usually really nice. But basically, there are stores that just like ramen and all other noodle dishes, there's regional variations going on. Some people sell it with chicken, like no, totally because they make it with chicken and it's fucking good. And then there are those who sell it with pork, right? Like the one who sell it with chicken will let's say sell it for like 35K, which is already more expensive because if you want like the street food version, it's going to cost you 10K. So this one already cost you like 3 times the price. But once you put it inside your mouth, it's like fuck. It's like even the noodle tastes like chicken. It's like fuck. How did they do this? This is not supposed to happen. the moment you eat like at the same level of restaurant, and then like the only thing that is different is that it uses pork. Like, they replace like the chicken oil with pork oil, and they replace the topping with either roasted pork or chashu. Then it will cost you like 65K. So it's like, okay, so I'm already paying like 3 times the price of like normal street food thing, and then now you say that I have to pay like twice that again. Like, oh, yeah. And then like you go to Singapore, everything is like 5 Singapore dollars. So it's like, well, from our perspective, it's more expensive than what we had back home. But like, if you are already there and you already exchange your money, like everything costs like practically the same. Like maybe like 1 Singapore dollar difference, but like, or maybe actually like the portion is less. But like to me as a tourist that didn't eat it every day, like they are practically the same. Also like my sister lives there, so like basically whenever I went out, it's basically just for the flavor. If I need to fill myself, I will go home and like get more rice or something. Yeah. But where was I? there. So yeah, I'll basically just went straight for the pork and yeah, basically just rice, pork, and roasted pork, more roasted pork, and sometimes once in a blue moon I'll eat their chicken rice because they're actually kind of good. Yeah, I'll give Singapore that, and also Malaysian people will fight me over this, but I prefer Singaporean bak kut teh. Like also my own mother will fight me over this, because like the bak kut teh is kind of like a stew, right? It's kind of like a stew, like a herbal stew of like pork. Like the Malaysian one, you have like all these herbs, all this dried stuff, and then like yeah, it's kind of tastes like medicine. and then you have like the Singaporean style, which is like fuck the medicine stuff. Like the Malaysian one is like literally black. The Singaporean one is like clear broth. And then basically they just increase like the number of the garlic and black pepper, and it's like fuck, man. Like don't know why they even allow, like basically they give out the soup for free practically, because like once you bought like your first portion, when you ran out of soup, you can just ask for more. So basically, what I will do whenever I go, especially because this establishment are expensive, I will just order a big portion of rice. I will eat the rice with the soup, and then occasionally, when I cannot handle it anymore, I will eat the meat actually. But like my main goal there is for the soup, so I'll just eat the rice with the soup, and then I will order a second serving. I will ask for more soup and more soup and more soup, and then once my rice is done, then I'll order a second bowl of rice.
Bruh.
Yeah, I would like. Yeah, again, that was like my usual meal in Jakarta is like 10 to 20k, and then like one bowl of like the pakote, like 80k, like with rice. So like, yeah, I have to make the most out of this. This is like at least 4 times my usual meal. So I have to extend it as far as I can.
I suppose you also get really tired after you have all those, huh?
Well, I mean, I usually eat it at night, so it's so that's actually kind of checks out there. Or I'll be over energized because I have all this carbs lying around.
Yeah, I cannot have too much carbs.
Mm-mm.
Because I would just get really sleepy after that.
Mm-mm.
But on the other hand, if I don't eat more carbs, I will also have no energy. It's like fucking dumb.
Exactly. Yeah, it's sometimes it's just balance, right? But like finding the balance is like the fucking hard part. Because you eat too little, then you don't feel energized. You eat too much, you don't feel energized. And then it feels like, fuck, do I really need it to like weigh every single meal so that I can find the optimum, or like do I just suck it and drink some coffee afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like also like the fun part about rice, right? Like we think like all rice is the same, but like sometimes like the lower quality rice actually can, like, I don't know what happened in the process, like, but like because like I have a Malaysian friend who's visiting, and then they were like, and then we had like this meal like in a kind of like a street food level restaurant.
Yeah.
And then that one is padang dish, right? So it's really heavy on the curry. It's like because they have like a lot of curry. Of course, as Southeast Asian, we want more rice. And then and then she basically like ate like 2 portion of rice. But like then after that we were like, after we are done, we paid, and then like outside of the restaurant she said that like, yeah, I can only do that here for some reason, because like in Malaysia, like she will eat like half portion of what she has ate, and she will already be full, but like she doesn't know why, whether it's a holiday mood or maybe the rice is like less calorie dense, I don't know. So like
okay.
yeah.
It can be,
Yeah. So that's why basically like she's eating more, but like basically like she got the same amount of calories. Like that's, I don't know if it can actually happen. So I also don't think it's necessarily healthier either.
I think it can actually, because I think I do feel more full eating the Japanese medium grain than like kind of like the Thai long grain ones. Yeah. So yeah, I think there is a difference for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the Japanese short grain rice is definitely like sometimes when it hits, it hits. Because I don't know what happens to it. It just sticks. I mean, like when you have something really thick like curry, like everything just sticks to it, except for long grain rice. I don't know why. That's
oh yeah,
long grain rice is kind
for
of like,
sure. Yeah.
Still, I feel like long grain rice, you kind of have to season it, because like otherwise nothing will stick to it. So like the only way you can make it better is to make it flavorful in the first place. But But for
yeah, but actually that's why a lot of like I don't know if you have any of those before, but you know, kind of like Middle Eastern culture, and then like they have my brain start to froze. It's like they have the long grain rice, and then like they have a lot of sauce. It's just like a lot of random sauce to kind of mash together with the rice. And most of the time when I'm outside, like in the restaurant, like for example having their Persian food actually, like they would just give a lot of sauce, and then I could never finish the sauce. Like I would finish the rice, but then like just like not enough rice to finish the sauce. And but I think that's like partly the strategy. You know, they make you order more rice because you want to finish the sauce.
Probably. Damn.
But yeah, they also have like for like Middle Eastern cuisine. I mean, I'm not gonna generalize all of them, but it's like kind of the ones I had. They like when the rice comes, sometimes they give you like 3 to 4 different kind of sauce, and like these sauce are like they're not like ketchup thick, but then like they're still pretty light, and it's also pretty cool as well because like sometimes a lot of the times one of the sauces is like mint, you know, and then like they will also have some kind of like they call it yogurt, but obviously it's like different to like the actual yogurt that we have. And it's also kind of like savory yogurt as well, which is pretty interesting. One thing that I kind of like had an experience with is that like how like one of the drinks they actually also call it yogurt.
Oh yeah, iron.
Yeah. But then like their yogurt is kind of different. It's savory. It's not actually sweet as well. It's like it's not even like just like neutral flavor, like you know, like how Greek yogurt is. It's like it's literally savory, and like the first time I had, it's like
it's a new thing. Yeah,
it's like no, literally after drinking that, it makes you want to drink more stuff. Like not necessarily the same drink, but like it makes you want to drink more other stuff because it's savory. But obviously, I didn't want to disrespect them, so I finished the whole thing. But after that, I was like, "Dad, can I order something else?"
Made sense.
It's honestly more like Dad. After this meal, we're going to the Tesco.
Exactly. Good point. Because I think I also needed some adjustments to that. But like in the end, now I think I can kind of like survive just drinking the iron, or at least as the Turkish rendition of it. Just basically what my smooth brain will say is just plain yogurt with salt. But of course they have their own recipe. That one is homemade, so I don't know if it's just yogurt and salt. Hopefully it's not, but yeah. Also, like I think like even different restaurant can have like different recipes, because like the kebab that I brought you in front of my house, and it's actually a chain store. Like I don't know why. I really like their rice. But like there are other restaurants that of like other styles, or sometimes like even similar, like because there's the Turkish restaurant, like the one that where it's the fancier one that is a little bit farther away. The one where you ate it and you feel like they are all a little bit too greasy. The one where they bring like the fancy plates and everything.
Right. I kind of remember that one. Yeah.
That one the rice came is a little bit quick. Also now I'm kind of salty because like I really like going to like the proper Turkish restaurant, because usually they have a soup that has like the beef tripe, or basically like the actual like stomach of the cow, because that is something that we commonly eat in East Java, and it's a total pain to prepare by yourself because you basically have to cook it several times so that the smell will go like this. It has like this thing that you basically needed to plunge it and then you need to boil it again before you actually like to using it in a stew or something. And even then we usually just heavily season it. So like it's basically just a shell of its former self. Like even after all that, it will still be kind of like the good kind of chewy. Like that's why I really like it. But like it's a pain if you it's already a pain to procure one because then you have to go and ask the butcher specifically like, yeah, do you have this thing? And then like, yeah, if they have one. And then especially it was a pain back then because like my German is not as good, and then even now I don't think I can really I don't know if I really want to do it because it's like in normal life, do you really say stomach lining? You don't. Right?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean like you don't really use that word in daily life, so I don't think I can pronounce it. Like I will still need
yes,
to.
I do.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I do.
Oh my god.
In Hong Kong, at least.
Yeah. I mean like in Germany.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
In Europe,
in
probably not.
Europe,
Yeah.
no. I mean like you don't use like the word tribe every day, right? Like I use the Indonesian word a lot, of course, like back then especially. Like here,
Mhm.
like I can barely pronounce tribe without like confusing it with a tribe with a B, right?
What's that?
So the tribe with the P is the cow stomach lining, like the stomach lining.
Okay.
That is the
Mhm.
tribe with the P. The one with the P, so TRIPE is like a group of people.
All right.
Yeah. So, like,
Can I please have a group of people? I'm feeling a bit cannibal tonight.
exactly. And then like so the German word for like tribe is Pansen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was I always forgot whether it uses an S or a Z because like Z in German is of course pronounced a little bit differently than in English, so it will be Panchen instead of Pansen. And then I was like, the butcher, who is probably still like the first generation German Turkish person, he will probably like stare at me and like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, he's probably not even the first generation German Turkish. He probably just moved from Turkey. He can speak German, but like the fuck I never heard this in class. Like, and then it was like we will froze for a little bit, and then like, oh, do you mean this one? Okay. But like it will be awkward for that for like 2 minutes. It's like, fuck, that's the longest 2 minutes in my life. Trying to buy some cow stomach.
Can you actually make cow? Like, do you know how to cook cow stomach? Actually,
I did once.
you did once.
Yeah, I did once, and then
How did that go?
it's fine. I mean, like I didn't. Also, I think like in the end I heavily seasoned it, so like, oh yeah, and I think like
Right.
like if you are too lazy and you want to make stew, you just use the water that you basically like plunge the meat in. You just use the Japanese method of just skimming off like the stinky part basically. Then the water is basically usable. If anything, it will have like all the beef, all the resemblance of broth from like the beef. But like this one, you can't. You use if you boil the organs, you have to throw out the water actually. That's going to stink.
I see.
Yeah. That is going to stink otherwise. It's I did, and it turns out alright. Also, I use it for like a soto, which is the Indonesian word for soup basically. it has like tons of spices, so yeah, it's kind of
Oh,
yeah,
right. I think I had that kind before. Yeah.
Yeah, soto
They are
especially.
good.
Exactly. That is why.
I actually love eating cow stomach.
Oh yeah. I mean, like it has a really nice chew to it.
Oh yes,
Mm-mm.
yes for sure, yes.
Yeah.
And then also just the way they flavor it as well.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I don't know if that's like a natural flavor or like people just like putting the other stuff in there as well.
Yeah, I think it's more of like it's as an ingredient. It like lots of things can adhere to it like really easily. Like even compared to like other organ meat. Like it's particularly like whatever you put inside the dish, it will stick to it. Like if you put in like really tasty stuff, you'll feel it. You will taste it. Because like some meat just doesn't adhere, like just doesn't stick to anything, right? Like you can, like for example, like the pork meat without like the like pork meat without fat is just basically like you're eating cardboard, right? Like barely anything sticks to it except for salt, probably. But like even then you go inside and like, what is this taste? Like why is this tasteless thing? But when my tasted things, it will adhere to the outside, but it will not penetrate inside. But like cow tribes, like beef tribes, usually like they are thin enough, so like even if they don't penetrate inside, you will then be able to tell because there's not much to go through. But they offer the same chew as a pretty thick meat, so that is good. And I don't, yeah. And then for other organs, like cow lungs.
I actually never had cow lungs, I think.
Yeah. So this is the fun part. So basically, we do fry them as well. I prefer them fried actually.
Okay.
Yeah, because like if you boil them, sometimes it can has this kind of like gelatinous texture, so it's kind of like it's edible, but like also if you don't cut it like thin enough, it's basically yeah you can't chew through it. It's just not doable. So you have to really 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 thinly cut it, but like otherwise it will. Yeah, it is an acquired taste for the texture. So like sometimes I just cut. I will just when I see that in like the like a so like you know like the soto with organs, I was like I will just take like a real like the smaller pieces, but like I'll cut it even further, and then I will just toss it with lots of rice.
Nice.
Indeed. And then what other organs do you eat? I don't think I enjoy like the beef intestines. Yeah, I don't think so. Like the intestines that are actually kind of good. Like the chicken one, same problem. Like if you made it into a stew, well, eat it kind of like reluctantly. But like if you fry it though, especially because like the chicken intestines are usually really thin as well, right? And it's really fatty. So like if you fry them, it can easily be really crispy. But like
sorry, the what?
The chicken intestines.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've had that before as well. No.
Oh, yeah. I think like when we go to Indonesia, that's probably the first thing that I'm going to feed you. As we'll probably go
can
to.
do.
Yeah, we'll go to the like the street stall that sell like the fried chicken. Like that's like the one that focuses on fried chicken. They will sell like every part of the chicken basically. Well, of course, I don't really fancy eating the head, of course. And even the I really can't understand like people who like actively like takes the throat, like the neck, because like I mean like it doesn't taste bad, but it's also like some of the bones are really sharp. So like why are you doing this? It feels like really high effort for like really small amount of meat as well. So like, I don't know if I want to do this, but sometimes it will be like, yeah, I already paid 20 euro for this, might as well. Kind of deal. Yeah. What other intestines are there? Like the pork intestines is surprisingly okay. So probably I'm probably not really against the beef intestine as well. What else?
I think beef intestine is pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, liver of any animals, I just can't handle them.
Oh no, I cannot eat liver as well. I tried liver before. Did not like it.
Yeah. I don't understand like why people enjoy that, because like I guess it's an acquired taste, right? Because like the aftertaste is really strong. Also like there was a dissonance because like lots of things that we eat in Southeast Asia, not in Southeast Asia, in Indonesia, are kind of chewy, so you have to work for it. But like the liver looks like any other meat product. Like it looks like it's going to be chewy, but like the moment you sink your teeth into it, it just disappears, and I feel like my brain is just like panicking. Like this is not supposed to be a texture of food that comes from an animal. This is weird.
Wait, so do you not like what is it, like what do you call that, wagyu and all those stuff then?
No. I haven't eat them, but like I haven't eat wagyu, so I can't really tell. But like,
cause I think if you don't like livers like that, then you're not gonna like. I mean, to be fair, I don't know. Like I don't like livers, but I like wagyu. But like, you know, the way you describe it, I feel like like, since you say you don't like it because like it melts and it's not supposed to be how meat tastes like. I feel like you wouldn't like wagyu either, actually.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Might not. Well, although probably not liking it will be a plus. And I wouldn't.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Then I wouldn't be craving for it. It's like, yeah, I will try it once to see if I like. Fuck. No, I have to return here every 2 years at least. Imagine if I actually like it. It's like, oh fuck. Now I have to starve myself so I can go to Japan for this one meal of like this one single slice of meat. Yeah, I don't know what is about liver, but it's also like it's really something about texture just doesn't feel right. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I had it once, never wanted it again.
Yeah, my mom gaslit me into eating like chicken hearts.
And how did that go?
That's I didn't even realize that until it's gone. Just like at that point, I was really obsessed with like the quail egg, the boiled quail eggs. And of course it's an egg, right? So it's really high in cholesterol. So you don't want your children to eat like a fuck ton of it, right?
Yeah.
Because like even like the normal portion for us is basically like one steak with three eggs. Like, yeah, imagine the horror of my mom when 2 is not enough. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then like our particular style of like eating like the boiled quail eggs is basically just you dip it in, well, not really dip it, you marinate it in a sweet soy sauce based sauce, basically. So basically my mom just made that, but like with chicken hearts. And then like from outside I can't really tell because it looks as brown as the quail eggs, and it looks as oval as the quail eggs. And my mom just said, yeah, so that's a bowl of quail eggs. You just eat however many you want. And then I was like, the texture is a little bit different. The inside there's no yellow inside, but it tastes alright. I think like after that, my mom just came out clean, and then like, yep, that was, you were eating chicken hearts. I was like, oh, okay. But I don't think like
disappointment.
I know, right? But after that, I don't think I ever ate like chicken hearts ever again.
Oh, was it that bad?
Well, not really, but like it wasn't bad. I can eat it, but like
you just don't like the fact your mom tricked you into eating it.
Not really, but I feel like it is one of those dishes that where a certain flavor profile just matches so well that when you eat it with any other flavor profile, it just doesn't feel right. So like basically, my mom never made it with the basically praising like the braised chicken hearts again. So whenever I will meet chicken hearts, mostly we went to a restaurant. They have like kind of like a buffet, and then there will be like chicken hearts in some kind of curry, and then it just doesn't look as appetizing. Let's say, like it's more into like I have the option to not eat that, and then it doesn't look appetizing. So like, yep, I'll just take something else. Yeah. And then what else? Like definitely brain, no. Like I saw like the cow prince, and I was like, fuck no.
No. I cannot fathom about eating those.
Yeah, because like
it's like like in general, I do not like to see any images of brains.
Yeah.
Like I can kind of bear with them now, but when I was small, I was just like
yeah.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
It's like that's like it's so. I think I also told you quite a lot of times. I can actually handle gore pretty well. But like one thing I do not want to see, one organ I do not want to see is the brain. For whatever reason, I do not like that. Yeah, and like and it pains me so much. Like, cause like we had like a mobile company called Vodafone.
Oh yeah.
And like
company. I almost worked for
German.
I almost worked for Vodafone actually.
I see. Yeah, and like recently, I don't know if it's on your YouTube as well, but like they had like this YouTube advertisement of like two brains in a tank talking to each other.
Oh fuck, Vodafone is British. Fuck. Never mind,
bro.
Yeah.
Are you gaslighting me?
Yeah, I gaslight you because like Vodafone is just so ubiquitous in Germany, so I thought, yeah, it must be German. It is registered office and global headquarters are in Newsbury, Berkshire, England.
Wow.
Yeah, so I gaslit myself. That's what happened.
But yeah, and like they had this YouTube advertisement of like two brains in a tank just like speaking to each other for whatever reason. And then like, I just hate seeing that so much. It's so annoying as well because it's also like what is it, like 15 seconds unskippable ad or something like that. So it's like fucking hell, man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was oh my god, that reminds me of that Australian, I think it's Australian like beer commercial where like the guy was like got really tired like after working long hours, and then he just dropped that on the bed, and then like because he missed the beer so much that his tongue just come out of his mouth, and then like went to get the beer by itself. And it's
okay.
It's a it's a pretty realistic CGI as well. So I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Bro.
Yeah, but like, yeah, the thing about the brain is also like you saw it in the like in the butcher, of course, and then like like the buffet that I mentioned earlier for the chicken heart is probably one of the Padang style restaurant. Because like when you go to like the higher end places, basically it's quote unquote a buffet. So basically they are already trained. When you sat down, it's usually for family. So basically when you come with a party of like four to six, they will just bring everything to the table. They will just take a piece of like every single item they have on the menu, and then they will just put everything on the table. And then the employees are already trained, so they can tell whether you have taken something. So
okay,
yeah. So basically, like some food like rendang or like the like the fried. Yeah, the fried lungs, I really like the ones from that particular style. Actually, the fried lungs. They are kind of like piece by piece. So like they already know like they put on like 2 to 3 pieces. So like they see like there's only one piece left, so they will charge you for one piece. By the way, basically. But of course, if it's something that is more kind of like a curry, then they will just charge you for the whole plate, basically. But they can kind of tell like, okay, so this one is untouched, that one is touched. Okay, so although there was this one particular, like back then cigarette, like cigarette advertisement generally cannot show the cigarette itself, so they kind of have to make something that is fun so that the brand kind of like sticks to the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Like back then, there's this one that does kind of like comedy skit. So basically this group of like university students, of course they are poor. It's at the end of the month, so like they were like asking like, fuck, but I want to eat good food too. And then like one of the guys just like, yeah, let's go to the Padang restaurant. And then basically they just ordered they didn't even order, they just bring the whole thing, right? And then there's the one that are charged by pieces, right? But they have curry sauce. Like what they do is basically they just toss their rice with the curry from like the piece by like the like the single like the ones that are priced by piece. So by the time they pay, they will just pay for the rice. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, basically because they are just use the curry and not the meat itself. So yeah, don't think you can do that in real world though. Because like when I only needed the rice, or when I was like really fuck, it's the end of the month. Like sometimes the guy also like I went to like the cheaper ones, but like usually they will just I went like if it's just a little bit of sauce, I will just give it to you for free. So basically, usually if you pay for like the rendang, for example, like one portion of rendang with rice is 8,000. But like basically, if you just want the rice and then the like some salt, like some curry, it will be 4K. So like, yeah, so this by end of the month meal. Yeah. So where was I? So basically, one of the dish that is in that buffet is it's a brain curry, basically. Yeah, so I kind of have to look at that like whenever I went there. So I was like, fuck. Like I have to actively like look away because like every single other stuff is like actually appetizing, but like it's just that one brain, like why? But some people like it, so yeah.
Yeah.
More people like it than don't, so like I don't know. Because like I heard that it's basically just all fat anyway, so like yeah, I guess that means it's going to probably taste okay, but I just can't get through the mental barrier of like eating a brain, so like I don't think I will try it anytime soon.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Yeah, which suddenly speaking of eating something that you don't think you should eat. Suddenly I just remembered like because like last week or like the week before, like we got some prank callers. So I can kind of tell like because they are not even coherent. Like the first time they were like they kind of like speak with German mixed in with English, so I don't know if they are even like someone who is born in Germany, and it's probably some kids as well, so that's probably why they basically can only speak German. They know some English language from the pop cultures, but like not to the point that they can speak it yet.
Okay,
But
yeah.
But basically, I think they basically just pretended they wanted to do they wanted to order stuff before they come. But like the annoying thing is the way they try to annoy me is basically they ask for like what is on the menu. And then I basically just calmly said, yeah, everything is in our website, so just check it out. And then basically I continue to ignore them, and then they just then they just pretended. So they pretended that they will come over, but of course they never came. And then the next, basically like the week after, like either the day after or the week after, they called again, and basically they asked like, is this the Indonesian restaurant? And then I was like, yeah. And like, do you have like this meat? And then I was like, I didn't really catch that clearly. So what were you asking again? Like, do you have cat meat?
What?
Yeah. Yeah, typical. Well, let's not name names, but like typical of people who are not from eastern side of Asia, thinking of people from the eastern side of Asia actually eat like cats and dogs. But like, yeah, anyway, I just calmly said no. And then like, I think they don't find that interesting, so I think they just basically ended the call. They really, don't think they will. They don't think they form enough reaction to be posted on TikTok. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just realized after I ended the call, I should have said that. Yeah, I guess we can serve them to you, because like, technically speaking, we have this dish in Indonesia. Well, it's not really a dish. It's kind of like more of a style of like a takeout, which is called the cat rice. Which is probably also, which I found out in Japan. I think you can kind of get it as well, because it's called the cat rice not because it uses cat meat, but because the portion is so small that it's kind of like because the portion is so small that you basically like, yeah, this is not for human consumption. This is not the amount for like a human nourishment. This is maybe a cat will eat it and they will be satisfied with it, but like not human. But basically it's just rice and then like a small amount of topping. And it's really small. It's basically probably you can say that it's kind of like our onigiri, but like the one that I have access to is in Jakarta, so it's not really cheaper, because like typically if you go to kind of like an eating like the cheap eateries, like if you want just plain white rice, you have to pay usually like 4,000 to 6,000. So that is for like a one kind of like the like the Chinese soup bowl amount of rice.
Yeah.
So basically that's the amount of money that you usually pay. So for this like cat rice, you usually get like maybe a half of like a Chinese soup bowl, like the small Chinese soup bowl, and then some toppings, and then you have to pay like 2,500. So basically you pay half for a fourth of the normal portion. So they are seasoned and they have some toppings. So I do partake in it a little bit, way a little bit more than I thought I would have. So usually my bill will come to like 15K or something. So basically I will buy like 3 to 4 like pack of the rice, portion of the rice, plus some toppings. Plus some fried chicken or fried tofu or like fried stuff. Basically in an establishment where instead of like just giving you like white rice, they give you like a small amount of like flavored rice with toppings. and then you can buy like the fried stuff basically.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, and I think because like in Japanese bar, I think like they do have this thing that they call like the cat food basically, the nekomanman, which is basically just cat dish kind of thing. Which I think it's probably going to be the same kind of like in the same spirit of like, yep, this is just a small portion that you do to kind of like snack. It's not really that much anyway. But like, I think like the nekomanman usually uses the bonito flakes. So I guess that's kind of more for cat, I guess, because it has fish inside. Although to be fair, ours usually the toppings kind of like also fish, or like the ones that I actually like is usually the squid. Yeah, I don't.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I don't know why, but like Indonesian restaurant usually cater to the local taste, and the local taste kind of like values like the fishy flavor of fish. So I was like, fuck, man, I can't eat this. I can't eat this.
Really
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I do not like that taste.
Yeah, I can.
Like, I mean, I can still eat it, but like I wouldn't like purposefully.
Yeah, same.
Try to have that taste.
Yeah, because like if I have a little bit too much, I will actually like basically gag at that. So
Oof.
like, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, it's like.
I think my mom would do that. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, but I'm like totally fine with it.
Mm-mm. Yeah, because that's also why I am actually like way more fine with like the frozen fillets, the pangasius fillets, like the basically like the some air with some flesh on it.
What?
And you know, like the one that they use, like the cheap ass, like the one that they use for the fried fish. The pangasius, I don't know, like the in Germany they call it the pangasius. I'm not sure which fish that actually is, because of also like you can buy them frozen for like 2 to 4 euro for a kilogram. But then I bought them. Yeah.
Maybe cod?
Probably cod.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I defrost them, and then like there's barely any meat on it.
Oof.
Yeah, so I was like, wow. Oh. So that's why it's 1 euro. That's why it's basically 1 euro per fillet. But like it's basically like one fillet is like basically half a fish, right? Like two fish is like one fish is like basically 2 euros. So it's like, oh, okay, now I know why.
Yep. Yeah, fish are pretty expensive in general. Yeah.
Yeah. And for some reason, I can't eat sushi. Can eat them raw, but once you put any fire on it, it's like, oh fuck, I can't eat this.
I mean, to be fair, with sushi, they did also like process it like differently. You know, to like to try to like avoid that taste. You know.
Yeah, true. Or they really like they serve it on like a really, really, really small window. So like maybe like the day where they bought it from the market. So like, yep.
I mean, probably, yeah, because they have to keep it fresh as well.
Yeah. Yeah, which reminds me of that one fish, like the seafood buffet that I have in Tokyo before I left. So like, that's also why I ended up just like, my friend tried to gaslight me into buying him like ippudo in the airport, like ramen. So like the ippudo ramen in there, because like we were like waiting for our planes, and then we have to wait for like another hour, and there's an ippudo. So he was like, "Come on, man, just buy me something." I was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it." It's not like I'm going to use this yen after I go home anyway. Anyway, I did that, and probably partly now that I think about it, it's probably because I had that. I don't want that fish, like that seafood buffet, to be like my last meal of my holiday before I went back. Because like most of the stuff are fine. Like most of the stuff, like the raw stuff, I can eat everything, I can enjoy everything, and then like the ones that I don't think I will like, I can quite clearly see it. Like, okay, so it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's a kind of like a stir fried canned tuna, okay, I'm not taking that. But like raw tuna, I'll take it. But then there was this like fish curry, right? Like I was like, okay, so it looks fried. It's a Japanese curry, so it's going to mask everything. Like, I mean, like, do you know that even like the Japanese curry was first introduced because for the longest time Japanese society is basically a vegan society, and then because they allied themselves with the British, they have to eat meat to kind of like strengthen themselves, and then because they are so not used to the taste of meat, so they use the curry to mask the flavor of the meat, basically.
Really?
Yeah. At least that's what I heard. Yeah. So that's what I heard is basically that. So basically they kind of like incorporated that so that the Japanese army can also eat meat, basically. Yeah. And then...
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, probably not vegan, but more like pescatarian, right? Like most of their diet is like either vegetables or fish. Like what else? Where was I? So yeah, so I thought like so this dish is introduced to Japan to kind of like mask like the strong flavors. So I was like, and then like most of the fish are fine, so like I should be fine with this, right?
You were not fine with it.
I was not fine with it. Like even in the curry itself, like the fishiness was like really strong, and then the fish was like, okay, fine. I think like I only take like one small pull, so I can probably get through this if I really tried hard enough. The fish was really bony, so I was like, fuck, man.
Oh god, not that kind. Oh god.
Oh fuck. I think like it's probably that curry is probably for the fish that is a little bit past their due, probably, just to extend it a little bit longer. But yeah. Not to diss the restaurant, of course, but yeah. I mean, like, you can't really waste it. Fish that is still good enough, like, they are made into curry.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I mean, like...
Makes sense, yeah.
Because, like, then they will not be good enough to be eaten raw, but they will still be good enough cooked. So, like, yeah, why waste it? But, like, yeah, that's past the line where I can eat it, so sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't finish the curry. I think I tried to somehow like gaslight my friend into finishing them, but I don't think we even finished them. So I was like, at that point, I already resigned myself. Like, if they charge us for like for wasting the curry, I will just pay it. I can't. At least I'm taking only a little. I didn't take that much, so I don't think we will be charged that much if we do waste it. But like, I forgot what happened, but we ended up not getting charged, thankfully. I think like after that I just took more salmon to clean my mouth. But I guess even though I didn't think about it, I don't think I even thought about that seafood buffet again afterwards. But like, I think, but yeah, maybe that kind of gave me like a kind of like a subconscious trauma. So that's why when my friend asked me like, do you want ramen? I was like, fuck it, let's go. And also to note that I was kind of like, why the fuck are you asking me this in the airport? It's because Ippudo is also has a chain in Jakarta, so it's like, why the fuck are you like going to this chain store that exists back home, like when we are about to go home? Like, we could have eaten something else. That's also why whenever I went to Japan, I never went to Yoshinoya. Like back then.
Oh, Yoshinoya is good, yeah.
Oh yeah, because like by that point, like we already have like lots of Yoshinoya in Indonesia. So I was like, like we already have like too many Yoshinoya. Admittedly, like why do I need to go to Yoshinoya when I go to Japan? So I ended up eating mostly in Sukiya, also because they collab with a lot of anime as well. Like,
oh, do they?
Yeah. So basically,
oh wait, Sukiya.
Yeah. Well, it's not always Sukiya. Yeah. But
did
like,
they do that? I actually never knew.
Yeah.
At least the ones in Hong Kong doesn't do that. No.
Oh yeah, no. It's the one overseas they don't.
Oh,
Maybe
right, okay,
now,
okay.
yes, but like back then they don't. Like the one in
No,
yeah,
I don't think they do it now either. No.
yeah. That's like back then Sukiya was having. It's not really with an anime. It's they have a collab with Wicross actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. And the fun part is they will give you like a promo pack for every meal that you eat basically.
Yeah.
So basically I think I paid like 800 yen. Sold the card for open the promo card, post it on my Facebook. Someone will buy it for like basically the amount of money that I spent for the meal, and then I will buy another portion and then sell the next card.
Right.
Yeah, I think like even my second trip, like the first thing that my friend told me is like, it's not like, like sometimes when we go to like for a holiday, we'll look for like an event that is like currently happening, right? Like, yeah, maybe there's a festival here, maybe there's a festival there, or maybe there's an exhibition or like some kind of exhibition somewhere. But like the first thing that my friend told me when we arrived in Japan is like, yeah, so Coco Ichibani is having a collaboration with Bang Dream. It's like,
gasp.
Gasp. I was like, so we can make money out of it? And then he said, yes. Well, not really make money, but we can basically get a free meal out of that. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, basically we went to Coco Ichiban, yeah. Spent like 900 yen or something, and then I sold the clear file that I got from there for like 100k, so slightly below that. Like I basically paid like 10% for my meal, which is still good enough. So like
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And then like,
oh, I want that now.
Yeah. And then it's to the point that whenever we were out to eat, it was like, can we go to Coco Ichibanya? Can we go to Coco Ichibanya? Also because some of my friends were like, that was like when Bang Dream just started, by the way. So like some of my friends was also like, yeah, when are you going again? So like, if you got my girl, I'm going to pay you. So like, yeah, I mean like people are already specifically ordering it. So like I think we need stock. So like
we need stock. We eat more Coco Ichiban, yeah.
Yeah,
oh my God,
we have to
is
eat more
definitely
Japanese
worth
curry.
it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's like the price ratio in Japan, but at least over here in the UK, Coco Ichiban is pretty expensive actually. Yeah.
In Indonesia, it's super expensive.
I actually promised Julia to bring her there when she comes to London this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got two in Leicester Square, which is like basically central London. Yeah.
Yeah. One day I kind of wanted to go to London. If I ever got the time to got the will to kind of like finally get my UK visa. Like, like the first thing that I will do when I come in London is not going to go to the Big Ben or all the touristy spots. Going to Barukawe Udon. And fuck, you guys have Gyukaku as well, right? Like I think Gyukaku is my main aim actually.
I got what?
Gyukaku. Gyukaku is a yakiniku place.
I don't know actually.
Yeah, I will look into it again. But I was like, there was a lot of Japanese chains that are not available in Germany, but they are available. Like the closest if I wanted to go is like in London. So I was like, fuck, I wanted to go to London just to go to all the chain stores that are already open in Indonesia as well, by the way. So that's why it felt like I kind of wanted to feel like at home. Okay.
If you're talking about going to other British cities, yeah, it might be worth it. But going to London doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I'll probably but I will probably go to other cities. But like the first 2 days, I'll stay in London just to go through all the chain stores, like the Japanese chain stores, and then I'll go to actually do my holiday, to actually enjoy my holiday. That's yeah. What else? But yeah, in the end, I think like in that trip, that's unfortunately the only time we went to Koko Ichiban, yeah. Because like surprisingly, it's not as easy to find as Sukiya or like Yoshinoya. Yeah, because like Sukiya is the McDonald's of Japan, right? It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And then Koko Ichiban, yeah, not as much. So like the second time we wanted to go to Koko Ichiban, yeah, it's in Akihabara, so I think it's the only halal Koko Ichiban, yeah, at that time. In that immediate, like within like 1 hour commute. If I'm not wrong. And then like we were, of course it's Akihabara, right? So like if you are not familiar with it, like also back then Google Maps is still kind of shit. Like for some reason my compass is not working in Japan only. Compass of my phone like works in every single country except for Japan. I don't know why. That like the positioning still kind of works, so like yeah, mostly it's still fine, but like back then it's still kind of shit. So like we tried to go to Koko Ichibanya, and then like the closest Koko Ichibanya is like a half an hour walk, but like it's Japan, so it's bearable. Like you at first I was like not against like walking like for more than 10 minutes, because Indonesia you can't really do that. It's both dangerous and too hot outside, so like yep, it's dangerous and uncomfortable. So like but in Japan you can walk, so like yeah, fuck it, like let's do it. Let's get some stock. But like I think on the way there we saw like a really bright like I think it's a Katsuya if I'm not wrong, but like they have like this really bright like sign outside of the restaurant that basically like promotes their new menu, which is the Zen Katsu Teishoku. So the all katsu meal basically. Wow. So it's basically,
that sounds good.
I know, right? That's why we gave up like going to Koko Ichiban on that day. Because like
good choice.
Exactly, because like it is they say all, but it's not like they have like every single katsu that is available in Japan. It's just basically they have like several different fried stuff. It is basically just a mix of what they have in the restaurant, but like they still have like 5 different stuff. So like when you put everything on top of a rice bowl on a picture, it's, oh my god, that looks amazing. It looks so fucking good, and it's actually good. It's actually crazy good as well. So like, oh.
Yeah, I don't think any food in Japan can really go wrong, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like at worst, it's like okay.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Maybe it's my bias, because obviously I really love Japan. But you know, like, I just feel like I never really dislike any Japanese food.
Yeah, the chains actually like do some. I mean, like the chains are actually do something. So most of the time, their food will at least be possible. Like, you really needed to go to like the tourist trap. So like, to like eat like probably something that is subpar or like getting overcharged. But like if you go to like a normal restaurant or like a chain, like most of the time, you will be either really satisfied or it will be good enough that like the euphoria of you being there as a tourist will make it like a, oh my god, this is the best thing. Yeah. Okay, I think, and I would like, yeah, when I was in Japan, like yeah, same with you. Also, nothing really felt like not amazing. Like even my first tamago kake gohan. It's actually as an onigiri from a convenience store. So I was like,
right, yeah.
But when I ate it, it's like, fuck, man, this is, and I'm also biased because like one of my favorite food as a kid is just white rice with soy sauce.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. I'm like basically the same. No, have I told you how
Mm.
like like the poor people used to eat like white rice because like they don't really have anything to go along with the rice. They go with soy sauce and mixing with pork oil.
That's like
Yeah. And then right now in like the really big like Chinese restaurants, they actually give you that option. They give you like a whole bucket of rice, and then like it would come with like a bottle of like soy sauce mixed with pork oil.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's actually that's a luxury food in Indonesia. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's considered the poor food for the Chinese. But yeah, and then what was it? We I actually I only had it like for like a few times. I didn't like had it like very often or anything like that. But yeah, I had that and I really liked that one. But I don't know. I feel like I wasn't supposed to enjoy that, but here we are.
I know, right? I mean, like as an adult, I'm pretty clean. I don't do drugs. I drink really occasionally, mostly only on social settings, and I don't smoke. But like the one time my mom actually had to pull me and to have to do kind of like an intervention, just because I've been eating too much something that we call fries with a side of stone.
With a what?
with the side of rocks. Rice with the side of rocks because it's basically just rice and salt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's really it's harmless in small amounts, but like if you just eat exclusively that, of course it's not going to be good for you, right? So you're basically just eating carbs and salt. So like, yep, my mom was like, nope, you can have it with the sweet soy sauce, not with the salt. Fuck you. Well, she didn't say fuck you, of course. My mom never swears. I never swore in front of my mom. I am a good kid in front of my mom. So like, yeah. I think I only swore like once in front of my dad, but never in front of my mom. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, yeah, that's that tamago kake gohan was like, oh my god, this actually really good. And also, I generally don't really like sweet stuff. Like, I mean, like as a packaged drink, when it's really sweet, then I probably would just begrudgingly like drink it. Like the one in Germany, like the sweet pre-packaged coffee. Like, they are generally not that sweet. That's why sometimes I will drink them kind of like I just needed the energy from the caffeine and the sugar, so like I'll drink it. It's doable. It's something that I can pair with. But like when I was in Japan and I drink their cafe au lait, which is basically just coffee with milk. Yeah, it tastes like the best packaged coffee that I drank like so far. I don't know why. It's probably the Japan effect, but like, yeah, it's like the best sweet coffee that I ever drank in my life. Don't know why. For the milk tea, I think like the one that I still like the most is the one from Singapore for some reason. The one in Japan, like,
okay,
yeah, sometimes the tea can be a little bit too strong. Like the one in Singapore, it's kind of like, it kind of tastes more like the boba. That's probably why I like it. Yeah. I unironically like boba for the tea, for the milk tea. Yeah. I don't really understand when I bring people to boba places and then they order all like that blended taro drink. It's like, why are you buying ice, like slush ice with sugar? Like, why? Just slush ice with sugar and food coloring. Like, buy they have like actual tea and actual milk. You could have drank that and you chose the slush ice with sugar and coloring. Why? But
yeah,
that's my bias. But yeah.
I mean, kind of makes sense. When I actually order boba tea, I also just like go with like the most traditional one, really. Yeah,
the normal milk tea.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best after all. They are a mainstay for a reason because they are good.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then that's also why like Indian like I like still like the whenever I have it with toppings like the normal tapioca is still the best. Like the normal boba is still the best for me personally. Yeah, because like I feel like it is just sugar. I mean like it's basically just flour with sugar, right? So it's like it's not offensive to the actual tea experience. It's kind of like you are eating snacks in between like drinking the tea, and you just have it like basically at the same time. I don't know if that's a healthy way to look at it, but like yeah, that's how I look at it. And then like whenever I have like the flavored boba, I wouldn't enjoy it because it's kind of like the tea is sweet, and then you are introducing a sweet with a different flavor profile, and then it's kind of like cancels some flavor. It kind of makes some of my taste buds not as sensitive. So like, yeah, nope. I would have like the flavored boba with like the flavored drink, but like I don't think I would have them with like the milk tea. Or maybe maybe just tea without the milk. Probably it can still work, but like yeah, with milk tea it kind of didn't work.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I mean like it's popping boba, so like it has no texture. Like it's I mean it tastes fine, but like it doesn't. It's
Oh,
not as
is
fun.
popping boba as
Yeah.
well?
Oh yeah.
Bro, that's so
I
bad.
know, right?
I do not like those.
I kinda low key like the texture of the jelly more. Like like popping boba has it. I mean like popping boba. How they make it is
You mean,
basically they contain like syrup inside of like a shell of like a jelly, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of like the texture of the jelly, not as much of the content of the jelly.
I like grass jelly.
Oh, grass jelly is really nice.
Yeah, grass jelly is really good.
Mm-mm.
I like sometimes I prefer grass jelly over boba. Actually, yeah. But what's the actual term? Tapioca, something like that.
Well, I mean it depends on who is selling it and also where. Japan and Germany basically use tapioca. I think like in
I think America used tapioca.
uh
I think I can't remember.
yeah, as much as I can remember in Southeast Asia in general, like because of course it's also big in when it was big in Indonesia, it was big in Singapore, it was big in Malaysia. We basically just call it the bubble. Yeah, I think like we call it the pearl. Either the pearl or the bubble, some one of them. I mean like we
The
call
what?
the pearls.
The pearls.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah. Yeah. Some people call it pearl tea as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that you mention, I kind of forgot what do we call it back home. Like, let's see the menu of cha time.
Oh, you have cha time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have cha time. We don't like that.
Oh yeah, I think
we rather pay a bit more expensive for like gongcha or like something else that's like, but like cha time just like we just don't like it. We don't think it's good.
Yeah, chat time is just there because like how to put it, like they're the most available, like they're the biggest. Like when I was still in Indonesia, like chat time was kind of like the most available one. Like Gongcha, we have them obviously, but like the thing is, the chat time is in the basement. The elevator that leads to my apartment is in the basement. Gongcha is on like the third floor. So like, and then like in the basement you also have like the supermarket. So like basically, when I go to the mall just like after work, it's probably going to be in the basement area because I will go get my groceries and then I will go home and then I will pass by the chat time and then that's the most, and then it's just there. So I just bought it because like if I want to go to like the more expensive one, not only have to dish out more money, I also have to make a detour for that. So like, yep, not doing that.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing with me and DDR as well. It's like, because like DDR has different versions, and like in Newcastle there are like 2 different versions. The one that I actually want to play is like further away, and then so like my friends is like, I mean they cost the same, and that's like not even include the bus fee.
Exactly. Exactly. And I already established like how bad we hated like walking in Indonesia. So like, yeah, not doing that.
Oh yeah, mine isn't even walking distance. Like it would take me more than an hour to walk there.
Yeah.
So I have to take the bus.
Exactly. Yeah, for mine it's kind of like probably a 10-minute detour because like the mall is quite big as well. Like, yeah, we the only thing that we have too much of is land, so like the malls are generally too big because like it's kind of an arms race as well. Whenever you make like a new mall, you kind of have to make it bigger than the previous guy. So it kind of become a dick measuring contest in a way. Like who can build like the biggest malls. And then I was like, and then in the end, what came out of that is like a mall with like a way too big of like you don't need this much shopping things. Like these brands are like you don't really need like a separate store for like every single brand, right? But like the like especially like in probably also. Well, in Germany, we do have one of those malls. But like, even then, it's 2 stories. But like, the same mall, like that big, kind of like the big mall in Jakarta, it's like 7-story tall. Do we really need this much? It has one, it literally has 1 supermarket and 1 cinema and then maybe like 15 restaurants and then like, do we really need all the other stores actually? Well, the toy store we kind of need to, but like the other ones I don't know. Not there. Yeah, we call the chat time menu call them pearls. Yeah. But I think like I think we just call it purple. I mean like if we call it purple, like the staff will understand.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's like a universal language now, isn't it?
Yeah. Indeed. And then the one that I kinda like sometimes is red beans. It can be quite annoying because like the red pin can kind of like just how to say, they are not separated enough, so they kind of like just gather on the bottom and then you just drink the tea and then you cannot just suck it like strong enough, so there's definitely like bunch of red pins left down there. But like
yeah.
but that
happens.
but they taste okay, so like so I guess for me would be pearl, red bean, and then grass jelly. Only in that one particular bubble tea beside my university, I really like their pudding. But I don't think I will order pudding in other bubble tea place. Oh, they have aloe vera jelly and coconut jelly and then mousse. What the fuck is? Why? Yeah. Kinda regretted not getting a boba yesterday. I went to Düsseldorf yesterday, kind of. For a brief moment. I don't think there's enough way to run to the alley and then go back to the train, but like, it is what it is. Maybe next week. After I came back from Munich, murdering people with sushi, hopefully. Because I haven't, and that being said, this week has been pretty tight, so I haven't even sleeved the sushi deck. I haven't even built my sushi deck, so I have to do it after this and while packing my stuff. I needed to travel really late as well, because then, how do I put this? I would be spending like most of my days not in the hotel, so having too much luggage will be a detriment to the trip.
Fair enough, yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, then after that we'll have to see again how we can do the Enoch versus Julia video as well. Yeah. It's been a
Yeah,
really...
just for your information, guys, like we supposedly like have like a video schedule. Like when was that? When did you come to the US with us?
Huh?
Was it in the US? Was it
No.
in the US? No,
It was in Germany.
Where was it?
It was
It
for
was
the
in
Mulheim.
Germany.
For the Mulheim
Oh
grant.
yeah, Jesus Christ, that was ages ago.
Exactly.
What the? Yeah, so basically we recorded some games during that time. Yeah, and Phil still haven't
Yeah, I still haven't processed it.
processed it. Yeah, I'm just gonna blame him for everything.
Exactly.
I mean, to be fair, it was your idea of recording it anyway.
True. And then it was like kind of like an awkward timing as well. So like, kinda get busy afterwards, and then I think that was before I started work. No, I was like barely started working at that time as well. Like I have to go back to work afterwards. But yeah, we'll see about that. And yeah, Ayumu is going for another trip as well. So have fun on your trip, Ayumu.
Yay. Thank you. Right. You too. Stay safe.
Exactly. And yeah, as usual, guys, if you guys have any questions, requests, or comments, do let us know to our email at therefreshsteppodcast@gmail.com. Or if you're listening to this on YouTube, do feel free to comment below. So yeah, I guess that has been everything that we can share for this week. We hope that you guys have a nice week going forward. And we'll see you all in the next thing. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I need to go to the toilet.